What up, though? Your boy Meech, aka the Sillage Saint. Hope everyone's doing well. Time for another fragrance video and time for round one of our fragrance madness tournament on the designer niche side. If you missed the previous videos that I posted this week, I randomly selected 16 clone fragrances or inspired by fragrances. I also randomly selected 16 designer niche fragrances. I put them in two separate brackets, and I've been kind of running two separate kind of tournaments to crown a clone fragrance champion and a designer niche champion. The first two videos, I covered round one on the clone inspired by side, and this video will start round one of the designer niche side. We have four matchups for this round. Of course, we have the 116 matchup, we have the 8 versus 9 matchup. I think we have the 5 versus 12 seed. You know that always is an upset alert type of matchup. And then we have the 4 versus 13 matchup. I'll throw the bracket up so you can see what this looks like. Again, these aren't my 16 best designer niche fragrances. I put these in a randomizer and let the fragrances be selected randomly. They were seeded randomly. And so I'm just taking the 16 I were given and crowning which one is the best. So let's get into it right now, starting with that 116 matchup. We got something a little bit modern, which that fragrance is the 1 seed, and something a little more classic. The 1 seed comes from the house of John Varvatos. This is John Varvatos Artisan Pure, and its opponent, the 16 seed, maybe a timeless classic from the house of Chanel. This is the original Chanel Allure Homme. This fragrance came out in 1999, ladies and gentlemen. Some people watching this may not have even been born when this fragrance came out, but this is a timeless classic. I know some fragrances today have kind of modernized this DNA, most notably Xerjoff's Ouden. It's kind of more of a modern take, you know, on the original Chanel Allure Homme. But this fragrance is citric, it's vanillic, it's woody, it's ambery. It has 1,000 notes in it, too many to talk about. But this is essentially a very versatile fragrance that has some class and elegance to it. Definitely gives me kind of a mature grown man vibe, a bit of a throwback feel, but it's Chanel and that quality is there with Chanel Allure Homme. The number 1 seed, again, John Varvatos Artisan Pure, one of the best affordable springtime fragrances on the market today, in my opinion. Of course, Varvatos fragrances tend to get critiqued because their longevity isn't the best, but the quality is good for a designer and it smells very nice. This is a citric, you know, aromatic, fresh, spicy, somewhat woody fragrance. You definitely pick up a lot of the aromatics and the citruses in this fragrance. Has a bit of kind of a soapiness to it as well. Definitely reminds me of the springtime and definitely one of my favorites to wear, you know, as we're approaching the spring weather months. I am going to give the win in this round to John Varvatos Artisan Pure. Just personally, for my utility, I enjoy wearing this fragrance more, even though Chanel Allure Homme is an outstanding fragrance, a timeless classic. I definitely gravitate a bit more towards Artisan Pure. Definitely great for the springtime, and pound for pound, one of the most pleasant smelling fragrances in my entire collection. So I'm giving round one in this matchup to John Varvatos Artisan Pure. All right, the next matchup features the 8 seed versus the 9 seed. The 8 seed, one of the most underrated fragrances in my collection from the house of Zegna. This is Zegna Intenso, and its opponent, a designer rack store find. I got this fragrance for probably like 20 bucks. But it is a nice fragrance on the designer side from the house of Abercrombie and Fitch. We have First Instinct Together. There is the name there, First Instinct Together. This fragrance is definitely going to remind you of things like, you know, Invictus Aqua, or even something like Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. It kind of has that, you know, bubblegum sweet, fresh, aquatic vibe going on. I think, again, I paid like $20 for this at TJ Maxx. It definitely is a great fragrance to wear for the warm weather months, summertime in particular. Doesn't last an incredibly long time, somewhere in the 4 to 6 hour range. But again, for the summertime, bubblegum, sweet, fresh, aquatic fragrance, it's not bad at all. First Instinct Together by Abercrombie and Fitch. Zegna Intenso, the number 8 seed. This is a fragrance. Think Prada L'Homme, Think Armani Code coming together, making a love child fragrance, and that's what you get with Zegna Intenso. This fragrance is so underrated. I think it's discontinued now because when you look this up, when you Google it, the prices for it are crazy. I paid like $28 for mine. I know it was less than $30, but it's fresh, it's clean. It has this almost like fresh laundry or fresh laundry out of the dryer type of smell. It features some citruses. It features a bit of a woody accord. You get some cardamom spice as well, and you get iris in this fragrance. So this is, an easy to wear fragrance. I don't think this is offensive to anyone at all. It garners compliments. This is one of those ones that I was surprised at how much I liked it and surprised at how much I reached for it. And with that in mind, Zegna Intenso will get the win, the 8 seed here, and advance to the next round. I love its versatility. I love the clean freshness that this fragrance provides. And I like the compliment factor as well. I don't wear fragrances for compliments, but it's definitely nice to get them here and there. So Zegna Intenso is going to advance to the next round. All right, guys. The best matchup that we're going to have in this video, the 5-12 matchup. The 5 seed comes from the house of Day 3 fragrances, and that fragrance is Filio Sophia. And the 12 seed, its opponent, man, this is a really, really good matchup. The 12 seed is Armani Code Parfum. This is a 5-tool fragrance, very versatile fragrance that I think you can wear anytime, any place, any occasion. I generally gravitate towards this or reach for this in the fall, winter, and spring. It does have that iris note in there and some other notes that I think if you wear this on the hottest of hot days, it can be a little bit cloying. But this is woody, aromatic, and of course you get that iris in the fragrance. That's more of on the fresher side, not like the lipstick makeup bag iris that you may get in some other fragrances like the Dior fragrances or even something like Valentino Uomo Intense. This is kind of a fresher, more I don't know, floral iris, if that makes sense. But this is a compliment getter. It is definitely a go-to versatile fragrance that you could very well wear as a signature scent every day. Sometimes it can be a little bit headache inducing for me personally, but I still wear it because it's such a good fragrance, Armani Code Parfum. The 5 seed Filio Sophia from Day 3 fragrances. This was my scent of the day on Valentine's Day this year. This is a fragrance that combines some dark, smoky, woody elements with some gourmand notes. So you get notes in here like oud. I think you get leather and tobacco, if I'm not mistaken, in this fragrance. Then you get gourmand notes like hazelnut, vanilla, chocolate. So this fragrance kind of starts off, you get some spice as well. Black pepper is in here as well. I'm definitely picking that up. So you get like this peppered spice, this woody kind of dark, mysterious style of fragrance. And then you get some sweeter notes as this dries down. It definitely gives me the vibe of like a cigar lounge or going somewhere in the evening time listening to like some live jazz music, things of that nature. It definitely has a cool weather evening date night type of vibe. I probably wouldn't wear this style of fragrance to like the office or anything like that, but it's a fantastic scent. The quality is very, very nice. This is such a tough matchup. I have been waffling back and forth on which fragrance is going to advance, but I am going to give the dub to the 5 seed Filio Sophia. Although Armani Code definitely has more utility for me in my personal collection, I love the quality of this fragrance. I love the vibe of this fragrance. It's definitely a nice evening out, date night style of fragrance for the cooler weather months. Again, spicy, dark, woody, sweet, mysterious. Filio Sophia advances to the next round. All right, our last matchup in this video pits the number 4 seed versus the number 13 seed. The 4 seed comes from the house of Salvatore Ferragamo. This is Uomo Signature. And the opponent, the 13 seed, another classic, kind of like Chanel Allure Homme. This is a timeless classic from the house of Nautica. We have Nautica Voyage. So, of course, with Nautica Voyage, you get that cucumber, you get that melon, you get the aquatic vibe. This is just such a great fragrance for the warm weather months. I still wear Nautica Voyage because it was one of the first, designer fragrances or one of the first signature scent fragrances I had before I started collecting. So it does hold some sentimental value to me, but I still wear it to this day. I love the way this smells. I know some people don't like it. Like my daughters, I let them smell this. They're like, ew, it smells like cucumber. But it smells really, really good to me. Aquatic, again, that cucumber, that melon, very unique to me style of fragrance, and I definitely enjoy it. It's a classic, man. Nautica Voyage. The 4 Seed Uomo Signature by Ferragamo. This is one of those date night bangers for me. This was kind of one of my first introductions to leather fragrances as well. You get some spice in here, you get a leather accord, you get coffee in the fragrance. Again, dark, kind of mysterious, sexy, great fragrance for the cool weather months, evenings out, date nights. I'm giving the win to the 4 Seed Uomo Signature by Ferragamo. Sorry, the classics are not advancing in this video. This is one of my go-tos, man, for evenings out in the cooler weather months, date night. So I had to advance this one. This is a great fragrance, man, especially if you want to get introduced to leather fragrances. This is a great entry level Uomo Signature by Salvatore Ferragamo. Well, there you have it, guys. The 4 winners today: John Varvatos Artisan Pure, Zegna Intenso, Filio Sophia from Day 3 Fragrances, and Uomo Signature by Salvatore Ferragamo. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Did I get this right? Did I get it wrong? Did I pick the right winners? Let me know in the comment section. I'll be back tomorrow with the second half of round 1 of the designer niche bracket. It's some banging matchups in the second half of the bracket. Can't wait to drop that video so you guys can see who advances to round number 2. Be sure to check out my social media for more. Please like and subscribe on whatever social media platform you're watching this on. That would be greatly appreciated. It's your boy Meech, aka the Sea-Eyed Saint. Until next time, take care. Peace.